Hi, I'm Scott Riley with Sundowner Trailers, and today I'd just like to take a few minutes to talk about setting up your living quarter when you go for the first time to stay overnight. First thing you're going to want to do is plug in your electric power cord. It will be inside the trailer. This is the plug-in. You just plug it in and tighten it up a couple of rounds here where it's a good secure connection. Notice when you push down this top lid that you see a little blue light right here. When it's plugged in and that blue light is on, that tells you that the electricity that you're plugged into is correct. If it was red or a color of orange, it would tell you that what you're plugged into is not correct. You could have cross polarity, or it could be wired incorrectly, so you'd want to unplug it so that it doesn't damage the unit. Let's talk about now how to set up water. Let's hook the water up. First off, you have a water panel with a door here, and the key for this is going to be in a folder that's located in your refrigerator where all your owner's manuals are, and there will be a key in there for this door. You come here and unlock this door, open it up. You have two types of water for a living quarter trailer. You have fresh water, which would be water that is in your tank inside the trailer called your fresh water tank, which you would only use if you were out camping where you did not have what's called city water, which is when you hook a water hose up to it. So if you do that, you would just simply take this lid off and put your water hose in here to fill up your fresh water tank before you go camping or to the event. You fill that up, and that's what you would call your fresh water. Now it's full. If I'm going to go to the city water hookup, any place where I can hook up to a water hose, first off, I need to make sure I have the correct kind of water hose. You don't use the green garden water hoses for a living quarter unit because it will cause your water to taste rubbery. So if you make tea or Kool-Aid in there, it will have a rubber taste to it. Notice this water hose is white. This is an RV water hose. You can purchase them at any Walmart, at an RV store, and they don't leave that rubbery taste in the water. So I'm going to hook it up to my water hydrant just like any other water hose. And then on this end, also I would recommend that you put a water pressure regulator on them. They're just $7 or $8 at Walmart or an RV store. It simply would just screw on to the end of your water hose, and then you would just hook it up to your water fill here like you do on any water hose. Now that water pressure is regulated down to 40 pounds per square inch. I simply now just go over to the water hydrant and turn it on, and I have water running through my system with gravity flow on the city water. Now let's go inside and look at a couple of things like the refrigerator. Now let's take a look at how to operate your refrigerator. This refrigerator will run off of 110 electricity when you're plugged in to electricity or when you're running off a generator. It will also run off of propane if you're out remote camping where you do not have electricity or a generator. The easiest way to control this refrigerator to make it work on its own is there's simply the buttons turn it on and off up here. You turn it on, and it has a light here with a button that says auto. When you turn this on and that auto light lights up, it will change automatically. So if you're plugged up to electricity and you unplug to take off going down the road, it will start on its own on propane so that your food doesn't spoil. When you come back in and plug back in, it will automatically flip over to electricity when you plug it in. Also on this refrigerator, it has the freezer up top, and it also has your actual refrigerator part, and to control your temperature, there is a slide bar right here that goes up. The farther up you go, the colder it gets. So you can adjust the temperature on your refrigerator. Let's talk about now how to control and operate your hot water heater. Okay, your hot water heater actually operates off of electricity or propane gas. So if you're plugged into electricity, you simply have a switch here that says electric, and you push that switch. That operates your hot water heater on electricity. If you're out camping remote and you don't have electricity, it'll run off propane gas. You would simply flip this switch that says gas. This red light would come on. Then when it lights, the red light would go off. Very simple to operate your hot water heater. Also, your monitor panel will show you the levels that you have in your holding tanks and your freshwater tank. It'll show you your battery charge, And then up here you also have your control for your electric awning that takes it in and out. Now let's talk about holding tanks. As part of your living quarter setup, you do need to put some chemical in your black water holding tank. The holding tanks are black water or sewer water, that is your commode water, and then your gray water would be your shower water and your sink water. You do need to put some chemical, and this is the type of chemical you use. It's called holding tank deodorizer. You just pour it in your commode, and it goes down in the tank, and the actual chemical there's several different brands. You can buy it at Walmart, any RV store, and it tells you on each bottle about how much it will take care of, 40 gallons, 30 gallons, that kind of thing. There's also some deodorizer you can use when it's really hot in the summertime that you can pour down your drains as far as for your gray water also. Now let's go out and look at our holding tank setup on the outside of the trailer when we do need to take off and leave and go home and drain our tanks. Let's talk about your holding tanks. At the end of your camp or the end of your stay at your event, there are going to be a couple of things you need to do, and that is going to be to dump your holding tanks. So first off, you will need your sewer hose, which is stored in this sewer hose storage compartment. You pull it out, and right here you'll take the cap off and connect that hose. Then you have a sewage holding tank, which will be your black water, the commode water, and you'll have a wastewater holding tank, which is your shower water and your sink water. First off, pull this valve out, and it will dump your sewer holding tank. Let it dump and drain for a while, and you can tell when it's about finished, and leave this valve open, and then open up your wastewater holding tank, and it will let all that shower and sink water run out also, and it will clean your lines out. When you can tell that it's finished, simply push your valves back in, let your hose drain for a second, undo your hose, put your cap back on, and put your sewer hose back in your sewer hose storage container. That's how you end, and you're finished with your first actual stay in your overnight in your new Sundowner living quarter. It's a lot of fun. I know you enjoyed that, and we'll see you down the road.